Welcome to another episode featuring Gemini 4th of
RyCanTopMyKnee? Featuring. They ain't here. They ain't not here. Sorry, y'all. They're not here. This ain't no clickbait.
Oh Lord.
รายการต่อไปนี้
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Kevin, and we are a boys love podcast that talks about our fave shows and all the press and mess around them. Jonathan, what a weekend.
What a weekend.
You have a cute report for us,
I
don't
do.
you?
I'll let you know later. We'll talk all about that.
Yes, indeed. It was a wet weekend in some respects. We had good food. We had...
Good food, good people.
Right. I got caught out in the rain.
As usual.
As usual. No, but...
He was having his flirt milk moment out in the rain.
I was not having a flirt milk moment out in the rain. Instead, I was having a public transit mayhem out in the rain. That was wild. But I'm home.
As you should be. Yeah, and I saw some cute boys. And I'll let you know about it later.
Yes, indeed. Right now, I guess we should just take ourselves to word on the tweet.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay, word on the tweet. Y'all, you already know I'm so obsessed with gel boys. Everything gel boys. I have all the merch. I have the phone cases. I'm obsessed. And of course, they fed us so much new information this week. Luke World announced, well, every day this week they tease something new. So first they teased, all right, we're getting a fan meeting for Gel Boys happening in June. And I'm like, I'm going to be in Thailand in May. I want to be there for the fan meet in June, Kevin.
We should just move there considering how our country is turning into 21st century.
Very much that. We should just move.
Mussolini's Italy.
Well, that's what 2025 is looking at. And that's why we have BL.
Yeah.
To cope.
Yes.
So fan meeting in June. And then they dropped that we're getting a season 2 in 2026. Well, how do we feel?
I am lukewarm about it because it's all going to be based on who's directing it. If it's going to be Boss, then it should be great.
Yeah. Then it should be great, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not Boss, then it's, well, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, if it is him, then it's his same vision. We're going to get his same universe. Are we getting a time jump? Are we doing college? Are we doing...
I'm going to assume it's college. I think they would give us like at least 2 years in the future. You know, we get to see how
they live
these
as
relationships sustained, if they sustained.
Big if.
I personally think there might be some cheating.
I know. Everyone's like, cheating. Season 2 equals cheating. I mean, if you saw I Promised You the Moon. No spoilers here, but everyone knows why that was controversial. Right.
But I think with this one, instead of possible cheating, I think it will be cheating.
It'll be definite cheating.
I think it would be very clear that there was something that happened. Like, that's the way I feel if we were to see it, you know?
I mean, they are human boys. So,
and I think they're also each other's first relationships.
Definitely.
So I feel as if you're...
Or maybe like first loves, yeah.
Yeah, if they're both first loves, right? And you're getting older, you're in college, you then get curious, right? Like, oh, there's more to the world than this. And that's where you start making mistakes.
And that's what happened in I Promised You the Moon. And people still roast that to hell and back, saying it ruined the story, so...
And I'm like, well, that's a real life thing.
Exactly.
You know,
it pulls you back into reality.
Right. People really like to live in delusion, like the president
Delusional
of the United
girl.
States. Okay. Anyway.
Oh my god. So yeah, season 2 in 2026. They're also coming out with a variety show and
Oh,
also like a new and PJ kind of cooking series, or that's probably like
what?
a, I don't
They're
know.
doing a lot. They are milking.
And I'm eating it. Look,
They're
I'm
milking
taking
like it's flirt
everything.
milk. Okay. Like they're milking it.
And I'm drinking it. I'm
Like
drinking it.
they want acrylics all over the place.
I want it all, Kevin. It's gonna be so good. I'm praying it's so good.
I
But
hope it is. Like
I wish them all success for
they all
careers.
deserve it. And also considering the tea I have on someone from that show,
Ooh.
I deserve it too.
And we stand a king. We stand a king.
And I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not putting no names because
Oh
we're
my
not in the
god.
business of releasing that kind of information to the
Period. Period.
atmosphere.
But next tweet, next Twitter
Mm,
storm came
mm,
from GMMTV announcing that there's
mm,
some cast changes that happened. I
mm.
feel like every other week we're getting cast changes. You know, we had the whole Omlang news that happened.
Yes, that was a few weeks back.
Yeah, with the cast change for, for Omlang switching out to
Mm-hmm.
Uboom. And now we're
Mm-hmm.
getting a bunch of other stuff. Like Luke stepped out of something in movie T.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Lang took over there. Who else? Who else swapped in? Oh, and then Barcode is taking over Santa's role in Revamp,
Yes, which I guess we're
which,
not seeing that until
or maybe they're filming them
end of
now.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't. They probably have just started filming or just about
and
to.
that's why they did some cast changes because Santa's
Mm-hmm.
maybe too busy or he's gonna be doing something else.
Right.
Um, I mean, I'm excited for Barcode. I love Barcode. Barcode's gonna kill as a vampire.
Yeah, and I was, I think this is like Barcode's like intro for
Into
GMMTV.
GMMT.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, and last time we saw him was really in Dead Friend Forever, and we know we're probably the likelihood of us getting that Jeff Barcode show, Wuju Bakery,
Oh,
is very
that's
low.
locked in someone's hard drive. Like,
Yeah,
come
it's very low
on.
if we're ever gonna see that, like low at this point, because it's been at least what 2.5, 3 years now,
That's insane. It was done filming. It was done. And then they announced, "Oh, we're going to re-edit it to make it longer." And then now it's just
and we
gone.
haven't heard a thing from it.
Yeah.
And Jeff is gonna be in a show soon, right?
Jeff is creating his own show cuz he knows that that's never coming out. So he
Yeah,
casted his own show with Barcode, and that's probably going to come out hopefully later this year.
yeah. I have a feeling maybe Wuju Bakery did not find a distributor. Whoever the people who created that, that's probably what
Mm.
happened.
I
Yeah,
feel
they
like
probably
they
had
can
a
drop that on
distribution deal.
IGE. They can drop that on anything.
Well, they got to sign a distribution deal with probably IGE. That's the pro. I think that's the thing.
I think it's just management being like, I
They
don't think it's
probably
good.
had a distribution deal drop, and now they're trying to find a new one, and they probably ran out of funds to secure a deal.
They're probably big in debt,
Right.
so they're just gonna
Like,
like wipe it and just use it for tax cuts or something, right?
I don't know. Probably what they could do,
That's what they do in
which
America.
is the free way to go. Just drop it on YouTube. Create a channel and drop it on YouTube.
Just
You don't
drop
need a
it. Lost
distribution deal
media,
for that. Yeah.
please.
For iQIYI, you probably need a distribution deal. Same with Netflix, same with WeTV, same with all the other streaming services. But YouTube is free 99. You just bloop.
Bloop.
That's what they need to do.
Well, we'll see. I wanted Santa to stay in Revamp so we can have a kind of wabi sabi reunion with Boom Prem,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not gonna happen, y'all.
No, that's okay. I
But
have
no
a
hate to
feeling they're
Barcode.
trying to, yeah, I think what they're trying to do is probably promote the Perth Santa ship. Um,
Well, they're still
and
gonna
that's
have
probably
that
why.
show per center. Still gonna have that, like what is that? Teacher,
Mm-hmm.
plot line that looks kind of crazy, where
Yeah.
Santa turns into a kid. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of, I think probably what they decided to do, which I would not be surprised because Perfect 10 Liners just ended, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Um, they're probably doing a lot of promotional stuff for that. Like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a big ass fan meet with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably going to go around Southeast Asia with that. I doubt that would come to the US since we already have Heart Killers coming here
Yeah,
in
I
July.
doubt it. I mean,
And
and they're
also
also
that's a
doing
lot of
Love Out
people to
Loud.
bring. Yeah. And they're doing, so I have a feeling they're like, you know what, Santa's booked.
Yeah, and they
So,
need a film revamp now, probably. So
right. Because
barcode is
I'm
ready.
pretty sure they would like for this show to come out sometime around Halloween.
Yeah, same as their
So,
Zombivore.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got to get this all done. What else is happening?
You saw Top Tap tease a little something on
Yes, I
Twitter.
did.
He said, "I have
I
a
did.
new blank blank blank," and then it was a video of Sunny from The Wedding Plan. If anyone remembers
Yes.
that show, because that show low key
That was a
flopped.
great show.
I enjoyed
What?
it, but I think online the consensus was that like nobody saw it, and that's why their ship kind of failed.
I think it was one of those shows that was underrated.
Very underrated. Like the plot, I
Yeah.
guess I know it's very wild.
But it was a good show and it
But it
was
was
a
a good
fun
show,
ride.
and it was
And it was a good
funny.
twist. You know, it was funny. It was not meant to be too serious. But it was done well with good acting, good cinematography. Um, yeah. I mean, granted, out of the ship, Sunny was the hot one.
Oh,
But
be nice, be
it was a good
nice.
story.
It was a
You
good
know, I
story though,
enjoyed it.
and it
Yeah.
had a GL couple that was kind of floppy too. So I mean, I don't know.
And I like the GL couple.
I mean, the one girl did not want to kiss her, but they
I
did.
mean, maybe her breast stank. I don't
Oh,
know.
stop! No, 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 no! Don't say that to her, cause she killed it in Love Sea with that new
She
girl.
did. She sure did.
But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping whatever they come out with is good, cause I still haven't seen whatever Top Tap did with Max for Max
Mm,
Tool. So I don't know. I don't know where to find all this media. We need to look online, or y'all send it to us. Send it to us.
whichever.
Yeah.
Or put it on Discord.
Put it on our Discord. Another Discord shout out. We have a Discord.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else? Oh yeah, and then in that same vein, Sunny was apparently
Mm.
clapping back on people on Twitter for like talking shit about like I don't know his friend or his sister, and I'm like I don't know the full story, but I'm like we need to keep that
Mm.
energy, Kevin. I want these boys to keep that
Mm.
energy, clapping
I
back at crazy
loved.
fans.
He clapped back so hard. Like, he needed to. He needed to because these toxic fans are getting out of control. Like, we talked about how GMM TV placated that and actually went beyond placating that when it came to the stuff being said regarding William being shirtless from Tangpo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need this energy where you're like, you know what? Boundaries, folks.
Literally,
They
like I
not in
wish
this,
people
okay?
were free to go on their Twitter and really be like, y'all need to stop, or
Yeah. And maybe Sonny is like, I'm not signed to anybody, so I can say whatever I want to say.
period. I mean, Noel from Boss Noel, he still be
That's true.
like, y'all need to stop. He be calling them bitches. He be calling. he like censored it, and I was like, ooh. I was like, does this say bitch ass or does this say bitches?
Probably bitch ass.
I was like, he said, shut your bitch ass up. I was like, yo, who taught you that?
Me.
Um,
Anyway.
Anywho,
Anywho, let's get to our shows of the week. So, Jonathan, your show this week?
my show this week is I finally saw Heesu in Class 2, Kevin.
Yes. What did you think? It's really good, huh?
This first episode's pretty cute. Like I was like, all right, I like how lighthearted it is. It's I don't know, it's not bad. Like there's some like the storytelling, the way they're doing the storytelling, it feels very KBL, but like a good KBL, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean it should feel KBL because it is a
Like I
KBL.
know, but like some KBLs, you know, Heartstain, you know, it's not given. It's not given. But
I
this,
actually liked Heartstain, but
I don't know. There was just something.
maybe it's because I was
They're
also
both in high
watching.
school. It's both high school shows, but like this one feels like more livelier, and I like Heesu as a character. Um,
I really like Heesu as a character, really, really
like
do.
he feels very real and
Hmm.
relatable.
And I'm
And
so, and I hate to say it, but yes, his BFF Chanyeong, he
oh, you think he's
is
cute?
he is he's really good looking. I
He
was
is
like, no
cute, yeah.
wonder but he's a little too young.
Oh,
The character's too young, and the actor's too young.
oh, the
Like
actor's
too young.
22,
Yeah, that's too young.
and Heesu, the actor, Jiho is 21.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think this show's cute. They're already teasing this first episode a love triangle or something. Like there's
Mm.
obviously this other boy that like low key likes him, is like giving him these carrot juices, and I'm like, all right, are they misdirecting us? I
I
don't
would say keep
know.
watching because
Oh,
I'm on episode 4. I did not watch episode 5 yet because
okay,
this
okay.
show is Fridays and Saturdays, and I didn't watch it on. Did I watch episode 4? Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on
Yeah,
now.
there's only 4 episodes out. Episode 5 comes out next Saturday, next
Oh, okay,
Friday.
okay. I think I saw episode 5 somewhere, but yeah.
So only there's only, but yeah, I would say keep watching. I will say that there is a twist towards the end of episode 3.
there's some misdirection. We'll see. I know.
There's a
There's
twist.
something's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I know there's already like an uproar about how much screen time some straight couples are getting, and I'm like, we'll see. I'll give
And
my I'll
it's
put my two
weird
cents
how,
in when it
and I
happens.
do think it's a little weird that people are upset about. It's a weird thing to be upset about to me. Like,
Well, if they're meant to be the side couple, then yeah,
they're a side
then let them
couple,
be
and
the
it's
side
not
couple.
right.
But
They're
if they're
not the
not,
main
then
focus. Yeah.
I don't know.
They're definitely
Like this
not
is
the main
obviously a
focus.
BL, so
Right.
everything's important to the story, I guess.
Right. That's why I'm
I
trying to
don't
figure
know.
out, what are you upset about? Like, people,
They said,
sometimes
"Where's
you
the
just
gay?
need,
Where is the gay, Kevin?
and
Where's
the gay is very there. Like, it's boom, it's in your face. Like,
people?"
this
It's
is more of a, what I like about about Heesu in Class 2,
mm-hmm,
and you kind of said this in comparison to Heartstain.
mm-hmm,
Heartstain definitely is like, okay, almost everybody in the show, with the exception of one couple, is gay, right?
mm-hmm.
And it seems as if it's very normalized that everyone's gay and no one cares. Similarly, I think in Heesu in Class 2, it doesn't seem as if anyone really cares, but the difference is Heartstain feels as if it's in an alternate universe, even though I don't think that's what it's meant to be, but that's what it feels like. And this show feels as if it's happening in the present day.
Mm.
Like, it's more of, this is a generation, like they're
A little more open,
young.
but still conservative.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're conservative, but I will just say they're more open than than people older than them, than the generations older
Yeah,
than
yeah.
them.
Because I mean, in
You
this
know,
first episode, he was giving advice on this girl who liked another girl,
right.
and I
And
was like,
it's like
yes.
it's not an issue to them.
I mean, he didn't seem
They're just
shocked, but then another girl being like, "You should date your bestie." He's like, "Oh, how dare you?" Oh, I'm like, "Girl, everyone can clock the gay. Sorry, you're not hiding it well
Yeah, but no one, but the thing is, it's like no one is doing anything that is homophobic, right?
yet."
And I feel as if that particular generation, they're like, okay, people are gay.
Gay
Cool.
people exist, yes.
Anyway, right, and that's it. Like, there's not like, oh, ew, he's gay. So that's what I like about the show. It feels like it's real,
That's good. That's good. I mean, because some KBLs, like what, Jazz for Two, crazy homophobia in that show, and I was
Yes.
like, damn, this is 2024.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, and people still highly rate that show. Insane.
Yes.
But what is your show of the week, Kevin?
Mine is another Korean BL. It's an office BL called Business as Usual. The first episode came out Thursday.
Another
Uh,
business kind of office BL. Damn.
an
Damn.
office BL and it's, I don't want to spoil the first episode. I'm gonna try not to,
Is
but
it gaggy? Why? It's really.
it's not gaggy, but let me say this.
What's the premise? It's an office BL.
It's an office BL. It starts off. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. So y'all who have not watched it, I'm sorry, this is a spoiler,
It's
but
just the
this is the
first
only way I
episode. It's
can
just
describe the premise.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
and luckily it's the first episode. So pretty much, it starts off 8 years in the past with two guys that were a couple,
Oh.
and they lived with each other and all of that. One of the guys happened to apparently or allegedly cheat and was caught cheating allegedly, and so the other guy left their apartment, all of that, and that's it. And they pretty much, he intentionally lost touch with him. 8 years later, he's well into his career. He's like an assistant director for a publishing company. And then as he's working there,
Homeboy
the
pulls up and is a new employee.
and ends up being hired as a new employee.
Tale as old this time in
Yeah,
these
so we've
office
seen
BLs.
this before because there is an office BL from Japan that had a very similar premise, except the difference was they were like children when they were separated, not college kids that were separated.
Oh, it's giving Tokyo in April is kind of vibes.
In a way, yes. In a way. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Is it as dark
so
as that though? Because that was dark.
I don't know because again,
Okay.
it's only the first episode, and the first episode was pretty okay. Now we see what is going to happen is that the dynamic is going to be these two exes are
Working
not going to
together.
have to work with each other, and one of them, the one who was allegedly cheating, seems really excited about it, while the other one is not at all. So clearly, the setup has been that there's been some kind of miscommunication
And they're
that
gonna
happened
find
eight
their way
years
back
ago.
together eventually.
They're either going to find their way back together or it's going to be a shit show.
Oh, not a shit show, but a shit show.
Right. Or maybe both ways.
Is it a short BL? Is it a web series? No, it's a real thing.
No,
right?
no. Each episode is your standard half hour.
Okay.
Which means 22 to 24 minutes or whatever. And I think it's a 10 episode series, and I think either two episodes a week? It might be 2 episodes a week.
Damn, Korea wants to get these out the door. What's going on?
Yeah, let me double check. But I think it might be two. Hold on, I'm just
doing admin work. Come on. All right, look it
yes,
up, buddy.
I want to just make sure.
Korea's been pumping out BLs. Japan,
oh no,
what's
it's
good?
1 episode a week and it's 6 episodes.
Okay.
Episode 2 comes out later this week.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I might not watch it. I might wait for it to be done already.
I think it's worth watching.
I need to catch up on older stuff that's already piling up. Like Sashes.
I don't know how you get so far behind.
It's hard to watch. If I miss 1 week, then I just feel so discouraged. Like many other listeners, that a lot of people just like to binge it once it's done.
I find ways
especially
to catch
people
up.
in our server, they just like to binge it once it's done.
Yeah, I find I don't have time to binge, so I'd rather just watch 1 episode a week. Because then if I don't get into the first couple of episodes in a reasonable amount of time, I may not get to the show at all. Because that's how I spread out my time. It's like I can dedicate an hour a week per show.
An hour,
it's
but
easier.
Sometimes it'd be stacked up, so it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, and that's fine. An hour a week per show. So if you have
like
10 shows that we're watching, that's 10 hours a week. A week has how many hours?
Too much.
In a week?
I need a doom scroll.
So 7 times 24?
Come on, math. Hey, I'm an
Right.
art
So
major.
that's a very small amount of time. Okay.
Okay.
So, anywho, speaking of shows, there are some shows that have just ended. So we should probably mosey on to that. So there's two shows that have ended. One of them, which I'm going to finish today,
Okay.
is The Last Time. This show I talked a little bit about, very, very little, because I forgot this show came out. Like, and then I started watching it a couple weeks ago.
I don't
And
remember
I
this at
caught all the way
all.
up, and it's an 8. Yeah, yeah, because we didn't even talk about it because I forgot about it.
Oh wait,
Uh,
this was the one. Yeah, the one that we were like, this is the man is a self-insert, right? That is like an older guy. It's like an office type BL, right?
it's an office type BL
Yeah, and then we were like,
with
this guy
a
looks old
young
as hell.
intern and so it's another age gap thing. It started off kind of clunky,
Yeah,
and the
you said it was
editing needed
bad
some help.
boots.
But then the more you watch it, the more you kind of get into it.
Okay.
And let's just say that I have a feeling this final episode, it's only 8 episodes, is going to be really sad.
Mm,
Because there are some things that have happened that tell me it's going to lead to a sad ending.
damn.
Yeah. And that I don't think I'm not sure if I'm going to cry on this because there's certain shows that we watched that did have a sad ending, but a sad yet satisfying ending, like
Mm-hmm.
180 degrees longitude passes through us.
That was good. That was really good.
Right. Or like you know,
Traumatizing ending, like a certain
right.
history.
Right. But, it's almost as if like you half expected that ending, you know? This one I know I'm not spoiling it because I'm not sure if it's going to have a sad ending, but I feel as if it's going to have a sad ending.
Mm.
So, but overall, would I recommend watching it? If you are okay with the first few episodes being clunky, and also there is a GL side couple that is not getting as much time as they deserve.
Mm-mm.
Um, so
Maybe.
those are
Maybe.
I think maybe it's if you miss it, it's okay. If you do watch it, um I think you'll be satisfied overall.
All right. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
if you're bored, if you're bored,
It's one of those things like, put on your watch
if
list
you have the
and
time.
if you have the time.
But this
Then
another show that just ended.
perfect 10
You
liners.
really had to
Yes.
have been on your shit for the past 4 months because this
Cuz it's
show
24 episodes.
24
This is
episodes, y'all.
long. But I
This was
ended up
good
liking the
though.
show.
This was
Yeah.
good.
You know what I would say? Because we said this at the beginning when we first started talking about the show.
Like November last year, December,
Yeah, I think it
November.
was towards the end of our first season. So that
Damn.
already tells you a lot how long the show's been on. Um, the thing with this show that I like is this is how you should do a show with multiple couples
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You
because
break it
there
up
are
into like arcs
right,
or into like generation, even though it's school years.
right,
Each couple has their own school year.
right, and it moves along and you may or may not like the dynamic of the couple and how they become a couple because I think a lot of people think the one with Force Book was kind of lackluster. In a way, I kind of agree. It
It
wasn't
was
that great of a
compared like
story.
when I first
Right.
saw it, I was like, "This is good. This is cute. I'm eating it up." But then
Right.
compared to the next two couples, I was like,
Yeah, with Per
"Ooh,
Santa and then with
like
Junior Mark,
Junior Mark,
those were better stories.
way better story."
Right. So I think
Like I'm a Junior stan now. I love Junior. I really
I do
didn't
too.
pay him no mind before, but I'm really
This
loving
one
him right
was
now.
just a better series, than another one that had multiple couples that
Then
ended last year called We Are.
oh, and if
So,
you're a long time listener, you know our beef what we are.
yeah, everything about it was
Like
a
no hate to the
mess.
boys. It was just
It was just it
I
was
think
a
it's the same director though.
bad,
The same director that did that also
maybe
did
he
this.
learned from his mistakes.
Maybe just ITE made them go in a different direction. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think Aichi would have that much power in what direction they go in. I have a feeling he was like, I want to do multiple couples. I'm going to try this out. And then probably saw I got mixed reviews because with We Are, you either really loved it because you were not listening for the story, you were just looking at the guys, which
Ooh,
honestly, I feel as if you're just looking at pretty actors, that's what porn is for.
stop. No,
But
I
if
think
you're
it
actually
was.
looking for a story,
Mm-hmm.
then Perfect 10 Liners
Is
is
there.
well done storytelling. And the funny thing is, most of the boys who were in We Are, most of them, not all of them, are also in Perfect 10 Liners.
I think it had to do with the way it's spaced out. Yeah, it was in We
Hmm.
Are, they're all in the same friend group. So you're
They're all in the
getting
same friend
every
group.
single one of them all the time at once. So it's like it's too staggered. It's too like
There
split
was
up.
too much. There
Too
was
much
too much
happening in
going
one
on, but too
episode.
little going on, all at the
Yeah, it
same
was hard
time.
to give everyone time in an episode when there's six couples, you know what I mean?
Right,
Compared to
and
Perfect 10 Line is where it's like Force Book had their arc for the first 8 episodes,
right,
and then Santa Perth Perth Santa had their own arc. Uh
right.
and that felt and you still got to see the other characters, but like they were the focus. And they had
Mm-hmm.
friends themselves outside of the circle. So the
Right,
show felt real when you have friend groups for each individual character. Not just they're
right,
all five of them just constantly together all the time.
right.
Drinking.
And yes, and not doing a lot and not doing anything at the
They
same
did nothing in
time.
VR. They were like, let's go drink. Okay,
Yeah,
let's go
they
to
there
Poon's place
was
and
like
drink.
no, it just felt as if you didn't really see the couples develop. And the one that did develop, which was the one with Pon Puin, it was kind of like
No.
the ending was so lackluster. And I'm like, come on.
Theirs was terrible. I think the Winnie Satang one was better.
It was definitely better.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, y'all, you gave Pon Puin this trash story when they could have
They're supposed
gotten
to be the
something better.
leads. Like they're the leads of that.
Right. Yeah, it was just like, come on, give them something better. And again, I will say it again and I'll stand by it. If you just want to watch a show with pretty boys,
Oh,
you could watch We Are or you could watch porn.
stop! Don't
Both
suggest
of them,
porn to our audience, Kevin.
they already watching it anyway.
Oh my
So,
god.
in both ways, plotless.
Oh.
Only difference is with porn, at least they're naked.
Anyways, what would you rate Perfect 10 Liners?
You know what? I would give it I will give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because it's a good show. If you want
You
a
like minus points
lighthearted,
for certain things here and there.
right. But if you want a light show with good storytelling and pretty
Fun
good
cast, really
acting
fun
and a
cast.
nice cast, Perfect 10 Liners is it. And I think it's a good, I wouldn't say it's an intro BL. I would say more of if you're into GMMTV and you already know a lot of stuff about GMMTV and you like a cute story or cute stories,
Mm-hmm.
this would be it.
Or yeah, if you only
Because
love a
it's too
certain
long to be an
couple.
intro BL.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
what I
an
would
intro
say.
BL, but I think like if you love Force Book and you really
Mm-hmm.
don't know about anything else about the other two couples, I think it's good to
Mm-hmm.
like you get into it, you get your couple that you
Right.
like, and then you also get
Right.
introduced to new people.
Like
Um,
Album, you get to get into them
yeah,
as
you get to
well.
get into Perf Santa's their first time doing anything together, and they
Mm-hmm.
killed it.
Yes.
And then you get Junior Mark, which again,
Yes.
this is like, I mean, there's there are a couple here, but they didn't really
Mm-hmm.
get to shine because Cherry Magic was hard to watch, physically hard. It's hard to find it online. So this might be your
Right.
first time watching them on the screen for the first time. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say I'm down with Perfect 10 Liners. It's not on my rewatch list. That's no shade. Just
oh,
saying it's a long show.
I
So
mean, you
I'm
can
not
take like a certain cut of a couple and
right.
just rewatch that. Like we know someone that's just starting with the Perf Santa ship, and you really don't
Yes.
lose much story.
You
Um,
don't because even though each of the ships are
Connected because they're
they're
all part of the Perfect
connected,
10
but
Liners,
then
but you can
they're
still be separate.
right. Yeah. I think you could do that if you wanted,
And I'll
Um,
give it an 8.
oh, okay. Look at you. I was going to ask you. I was just about to ask, but
I'll give it
8 out of
a
10.
7.5. A 7.8.
So you a 7.
A
Anyway.
7.75. It was good. It was good. It's just some moments
Right. Some
were
moments need a
eye
little help.
rolly,
Yeah.
or they rushed something really quick. But
Right. Hmm.
yeah, well, I liked it.
Yeah, and you know what? I will also add there was with episodes like 9 to 24. There were two overarching storylines. From episode 9 to 24 was the one with Yota and Fifa's parents, particularly the
Yeah,
mom,
it's
and
about the two
that
brothers and their relationship with their mom, and that's really
right. And
interesting
that
to
was
see.
nice.
That was
That
cool
was
to
really
see the
nice.
flip story of how you saw one brother's problem, but
Right.
that you see how it impacts the other brother.
Right. And that was nice.
That was
But
really
then
cool.
the overarching one for the whole series was the whole thing with Album. Like they were a secondary couple, like they weren't one of the mains,
They're
but
still
that was the
showing.
one.
They're showing us that they can be a main, that they deserve a show.
You're right. And they definitely, you got to see how their relationship really played out. Like how it got really toxic and they had to break up and
I
get back
mean, Wall is
together.
still low key toxic, but that's for another time. That's for another time.
Another time. And with that said, there is one new show we need to talk about, so we should get to that. So this show is technically not that new, but it's new enough. As in it's new to us.
Yeah, I did not know about this until
I didn't either until literally maybe a day or two ago. When our friend Liz, shout out to Liz, who is somewhere gallivanting in another country.
and one of our Discord folks.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out if you're listening.
Yes. So they sent us this show, Secrets Happened on the Litchi Island. Literally the next day, someone else in Discord, our friend Claus, also, was it Claus? Or was
No,
it,
Sarah.
who was it?
Sarah.
It was Sarah. Whoops, my bad. But hey, Claus. Hey, Sarah. So both of them literally said this literally the same weekend. I was like, okay, you know what?
Maybe
I need
popped
to
up
go
on
ahead and
everyone's For You page same time.
yes. So this show is a Chinese BL, which we haven't had one in a while. So this is nice.
They're very few and far in between.
Right. So when one comes up, you got to give it some attention, even if it's booty. Okay. So, but this one, I've only seen the first episode and it's not bad.
All right. You saw the
It's
first
not
episode
bad.
already?
Yes, I did, because every episode is on YouTube. It's
Nice.
a Chinese BL on YouTube. Secrets Happened on the Litchi Island. It came out, first episode came out March 3rd, and the last episode came out April 5th.
Oh, so it's all done
you
already.
could binge it. Yeah, it's 8 episodes. You could binge it if you want. Each episode is under 20 minutes. Yeah, each episode is under 20 minutes.
So it's a movie. All right, got it.
Oh no, it's not a perfect
It's a movie
match.
split up.
It's a web series. So, and I like the first episode so far.
Okay.
And
Are they young?
Chinese,
Are they high schoolers? Are they?
They look like high schoolers.
Okay.
I can't tell if they are or are not. I will say just go ahead and watch the first episode and then we can talk about it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I will.
Yes. So with that said, you have something to tell us because you went to a fan meet that I did not go to. So I want to know all the tea.
I did.
So because I could not go.
And why couldn't you, Kevin? Why couldn't you?
Because I had other things to spend my money on. So Jonathan, you have to tell us the tea. So I'll ask questions and you'll give answers, okay?
I will. So Friday, y'all, was the GeminiFourth New York City fan meet. It was so fun. It was amazing. Oh my god. It was no shade, but It felt more organized.
I was gonna just ask you,
But I think it was just more
start.
formulaic because GMMTV knows how to do a fan meet. They've done it so many different times. Like, no shade to Starstruck, because Starstruck one was still a really fun fan meet. But I don't know, that felt a little different because it felt shorter, maybe? Maybe
Oh, you're
this felt
talking about the
longer.
Dow off-road one?
Yeah, the Dao Off-Road. I think that
Well,
felt
I
shorter.
think there were a few differences, right? Like,
Oh,
first of all,
yeah.
let's start from the beginning. Let's give people an experience,
Let's
okay?
give you an
So people who
experience.
did not go can vicariously experience it through you, okay? So you got there, you waited in line. What happened as you were waiting in line?
Not what happened as I was waiting in line. Nothing happened.
Okay, nothing
So
happened.
they
What
had,
was the flow like?
what was the what like?
The flow.
The
Like,
flow?
how did you flow in? Was it chaotic? Was it very organized? Did
It
they
was simple. I waited online. It was at SVA Theater, and so,
Mm-hmm.
not to dox myself, but I did go to SVA. I'm a graduate of SVA, so I've been there a million
Yes. So they
times.
should have given you a free ticket, but I
I know, right? Where's
digress.
my alumni pass?
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so I've been there before. It's a small theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have two separate like theater rooms, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still like it's a perfect space to do a fan meet, honestly.
How many seats is that theater?
I think I'm not sure. I think someone looked it up that it's like 800, but maybe that's the whole thing put together. So maybe it's like,
Mm.
I'm not sure. I think that
But
that sounds big.
so do you think? But it was sold out.
It was sold out though,
So it could have easily been 800, or it could have been
or
half
maybe it's
that.
half of
Either
that. So
one.
maybe it's like 400 or 300.
But either
Um,
way, that's still a lot of people.
it's still a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone showed out. Everyone was wearing their outfits, their merch. So going
You
in, they
weren't wearing
separated.
RyCanTopMyKnee merch.
Hey, I went in as a fan. I did not want to go in as
You
a
could be both.
premier
Two things can
podcaster.
exist at the same time.
Anywho,
Anywho.
yeah, they had two lines. So one was VIP, one was for the the zone A, because there was like two different tiers. You go in.
What line were you in?
VIP. You know me. You know me. I bought my
Mm-hmm.
VIP ticket.
Mm-hmm.
The GeminiFourth New York City like fan club set up like a little like banner that you can take a photo in front of. It looked really
Mm-hmm.
cute. They gave you like a little wrist ticket thing, and you get like a little piece of paper to show you to your seat.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately clocked everyone. I saw all of our friends, all of our BL baddies. Shout out to
Yes.
y'all. We all were there. It was really cool. Except for you, Kevin. We didn't see
Yeah.
Kevin.
I was I had other things.
Everyone was like, "Where's Kevin?"
And I
was
got to
like,
see y'all later.
"Yeah, you did."
I did. I did.
Um,
So where were you seated exactly in proximity to the stage?
I was close. I was like maybe the third row in the middle.
Mm.
I was really close, y'all. I felt like I was gonna see them, like, I don't know, in real life. I don't know. It felt so crazy. And I was like close to I was on the aisle, so like
Okay.
I
So
could
that
see them
means
coming behind me, because there's only like,
oh, because they came down the aisle.
yeah, they came down the
to
aisles.
the stage.
Yeah.
Wow. And I guess I have to ask, was anyone in the audience stinking?
No.
So everybody came in. They had their best fan meet decorum.
Oh my god.
They made sure they showered, had deodorant on.
It was
looked
nice.
good.
Yeah, there was no issues.
Okay.
I know for the Dow Off-Road one, I didn't get to do VIP for that, so I didn't know how long you have to be there before the show starts, but for this one, I had to be there. Like, people were showing up like 3 to 4 for your benefits.
Yes.
So I did get to get a 2-to-1 photo with
Right.
GeminiFourth, and that was so nerve-wracking, y'all. Like, this is my first time taking a photo like that before.
With any like
any
BL
kind of like star.
actors. Oh, with any star, period?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken a photo with a star like that. Yeah.
I have a few photos with some stars, but we will talk about that another day. But
Yeah.
not from the BL world.
Yeah, not from the. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I did not know my pose. I was winging it as I got there, but it was really
And
cute. Some people have really cool
I
poses.
saw the picture. It was really cute.
Other people had better poses than me. It was
Your picture would have been even cuter if you had on RyCanTopMyKnee
You know
merch.
what? If you were there, you could have wore that, Mister.
Well, one day someone will just pay for my tickets.
Oh my
A
god.
certain someone in a country that is not in the one we're in.
Say his name.
Anyway,
Anywho,
um, what was the first thing that happened when the fan meet started?
the first thing. So they came down the aisles and they
Right.
were singing.
They were singing as they were going down the aisle.
Were they? I forget. No, they were just waving, and the music was playing. It was setting up, but the first song that they came out with was, I think, the song from My School President.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cute, and everyone was singing along. People knew the lyrics. New York City showed out, y'all.
And that's good because you know what? We want to see it, and this is the second fan meet this year from anyone
Within a
in the BL
month. Within a
universe within a
month.
month. Both were sold out. Um, I guess one of the things I want to ask, because maybe because you were in VIP this time, because remember for Dawo Off Road, we had general admission tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you think the organization was just different because you were VIP?
Maybe that is the reason. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
going in as a regular, and then you're just kind of thrown all the way in the back. And then it
Yeah.
feels short. It feels shorter that way. Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, it's longer because you had to get there earlier.
Yeah.
You
If you're
had
VIP,
pictures to
then you
take.
really get a chance to really sit there. You see them for longer because they have to go through the how many people, 200 people of VIP.
Right.
So maybe that's what felt a little smoother. And also they were thrown like the tickets, not the tickets. The photos were like flowing so fast. People had such cute poses, but people were so quick. People were
Yeah.
so
Because I think you
respectful.
only could do like, what, 1 or 2 clicks and that was it?
Yeah, that photographer was working hard.
Right. Overtime.
Not overtime.
Dedicated to you.
And the
I'm working
host was really
overtime.
fun for the show. I thought he did
Who
a
was
good
the
job.
host?
I really don't know. His name was P Boss, I think.
Okay.
And I think he did a good job emceeing the whole thing. It was really cool. He he did fan questions. We talked about like what their favorite roles were. Gemini said his favorite role character he ever did was probably Hart from Moonlight Chicken. And fourth, I think he said he really liked Atom from My Love Mix
From
Up.
My Love Mix Up.
Yeah, because he said it was really hard for him to get into that character, but I think he still really liked that character and enjoyed his performance for that.
Atom was a very unserious character, and I think up until that point,
he's like more
not
like
saying
introverted, but like energetic, and it's like it was a different side of him. Yeah.
So speaking of which, of different sides, you locked eyes with who?
Stop. Okay, so we also get a high touch at the end of the show, y'all. And I swear, Fourth was like looking dead into my soul. He was looking into my eyes. I was like, "You did a great job, King." And he was like, "Thank you." Stared right at me. He was like, "Thank you."
Maybe he wanted a taste of.
Whoa! Excuse you. No. This boy's like 20.
Maybe he was like, maybe he was like, oh, maybe I need something older.
Stop. No,
maybe he was like, I want a taste of New York with Dominican seasoning.
Yo, this is why we're never gonna interview a boy on this show.
We won't, or we will.
We won't because Kevin is out of pocket. GMMTV is gonna be like, put them on the blacklist. Actually, put them on the blacklist.
Well, you know what? Because I'm out of pocket, we got someone in our pocket.
Hey.
No names being said at the moment.
Oh my god! But yeah, Fourth did a great job. Like really, like for that high touch, he was looking into my soul. So thank you for that, Fourth. Like Gemini was like, "Hey, bye."
Yeah. Okay.
As you should, because hello, you're waving to like 3,000 people.
Yeah, I think
over the past couple days,
Fourth was just shocked by your aura.
He made sure
he couldn't take his eyes
follow
off you.
my eyes and look at me. I was like, "Oh my god, you're doing too much, King. You're doing too much." Yeah.
and I know you got all shy and girly.
I was so petite. No, I think I was the same. I think I'm the same height as Fourth, and
Okay.
Gemini is probably a little taller than me.
Yeah,
But
I
they're
feel
also
so
wearing like
Gemini is like,
boots, so I don't
oh, I
know.
see. Mm. Well,
But the family was
what
really
did you
cute.
got really close to them, right?
Yeah, I was so close
So
up.
what did they smell like?
Oh my god, I don't think I was holding my breath. I don't even know what they smell
Well,
like.
I wanted to
Heaven.
know, are they wearing like Chanel number 5? Like,
I
come
don't. I
on.
could not tell you. I was like, it's that whole memory is like gone out of my mind. I blanked
I
out.
would remember the
I
smell
blanked
because
out.
I would be sniffing. Because I'm like, I want to
Ew.
know what cologne you're wearing, what eau de toilette you got
Not
on.
the
Like, I
cologne.
want to know, like, what you got on. Are you even wearing perfume? Like, these are things that I need to know. Because
I
then if it
don't.
smells good on you, maybe it might smell good on this. You know what I'm saying?
Not on this. On this whole thing here. I don't
Okay.
remember. I really blanked out, y'all. This
You were
was
that nervous?
surreal. Like I'd
So,
probably be just as nervous for Dao off road as well.
mm,
Like I know
and you
Dao
know,
would
Dao would
raise me
not
up.
hold back. He would be a mess. I
I'd be
already
like,
know. And
ooh,
I would be all over it. Like,
I'd be
I,
melting. I'd be melting if
I
I had that
would
VIP.
be, I'll be sweating with him. So we be sweating together, mixing sweat.
Sweating. I
So,
think overall, I think both families were really good. I think
yeah,
I think, oh, like what you said about like this one being longer made it feel better for me because I had VIP. So maybe
right.
that's why
Because if
it's,
you were general admission, you would have shown up later anyway.
yeah, if I was general admission, I would have showed up for the fan meet when it started at 7:30.
Right,
And then it would have ended in like an hour and 30
right.
minutes. Um,
Did you, I guess, what happened when the fan meet officially started? Walk us through that.
when it first
Like
started.
what? Yeah, what?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
at seven thirty,
let me
the
tell you
actual one. You
through.
already told us the VIP experience. Now, the experience that would have been for
Oh
everybody who
yeah, so
attended.
like first they did a couple songs. They did songs from my school president.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did a little Q&A.
Mm.
Then we played a little game. They did a like guess the body part game. So they each like took turns to like being blindfolded, and the other person had to like put a body part on their hand, and they had to like guess what the body part was. And I was like, oh, this is a little sus, y'all. This is a little sus.
Word on the street is Gemini put his elbow in Fourth's hand, and Fourth thought it was something else.
Yeah, Fourth was like, it's a tongue, and then he was like, fuck,
Jesus, is
and I was
his
like,
elbow sweaty? Like, why would you? Why would you think it's a tongue?
I don't know. I guess it was wet. It shocked us all. And it
Did he
was
take off his jacket because they were both wearing jackets? Like, did he
no.
take off his jacket and put his bare elbow on his
He
hand?
did it with the jacket. I
Then
think Fourth was
what
just very
he
nervous about the
doesn't know what a
game.
tongue feels like.
He was
Like, cause
nervous.
like if that's a tongue, that tongue is dry. And
Oh
if you've
my
been feeling
god.
tongues like that, that means that person needs to go to the orthodontist. Like, that's a mess.
I'm weak.
Like, that is a mess. Oh my
He was a
goodness.
nervous boy. Yeah, they
Oh,
took
poor
turns doing
baby.
that, and then they what did they do next? Then they sang some more songs. They sang individual songs. So Fourth got to sing. He sang "All Right," and then Gemini
As in, you're
sang.
saying he sang all right, or
No,
the
he has a
song he
song
sang
called
is
"All
all
Right,"
right? Okay.
and then
Because I was gonna
Gemini
say,
sang a
uh-oh.
song too. Yeah, and then they played a game with the audience, which I really liked. They played this like
Hmm.
rock paper scissors with the audience, and I thought that was
That's
really cool.
nice.
So like everyone
That's
got to
really
stand
nice.
up. You do rock paper scissors with GeminiFourth at the same time,
Hmm.
you know, and then like whoever like loses has to sit down. So you keep the
Ooh.
game going until you're down to like the final like two people, and then they brought them up on stage to do it like live
Mm.
with them, and then yeah, one girl won, and she got to
Ooh.
like her prize was she got to like stare into their eyes for like 10 seconds each, and it was really cute.
I don't know if I want to. Actually, no, I could stare.
You got to look into their eyes and have like a one-to-one like little your name moment with them.
Mm.
You got to feel the
Hmm.
fantasy for 10
Yeah,
seconds.
if they were older, then I would totally do it. Like,
Hmm.
if it was mutual. Actually, no, let me not have it
Oh
be
my
them because I'm
god.
not, you know what? Because I want I do not want to be a home wrecker. So let me
You trying to
know.
be a side
Okay.
piece? Trying to be a side piece?
Okay. They not even married yet. I need the wedding. Okay. So
But this was cute. This was cute, family.
if
I
it's
really
Top Tap
love that
Sunny,
game.
then yes, then I would.
Yeah. So I think maybe the games for this were better because I think I love a game that includes the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's good because then everyone feels a part of it, which is really nice. Everyone got their moment,
Yeah, everyone got their
with
moment.
them.
I mean,
Yeah.
people were kind of loud and shouty at some points, but
That's
still,
fine.
still trying to be
As
like
long as they
everyone was
weren't
just trying to.
disrespectful.
Yeah, no one was disrespectful. Everyone was trying to have like a little Mimi moment.
Okay.
And some were funny. Some were really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they ended with their song from My Love Mitts Up that would like went viral, like with the little dance. It was cute.
Yes. Okay. We love cute. We love cute. Meet cute.
So me cute. Yeah, I'm excited for more fan meets.
Yeah. Okay. So our next fan meet, allegedly, because the tickets have not gone on sale yet, but they will
So pray
this
we get
week.
tickets. Pray we get
Right.
tickets. Not this week.
Is the
It's
Heart
August
Killers
19th.
fan meet.
August
Right.
19th in 2 weeks.
April 19th.
Yeah,
April,
April
not
19th.
August, because the fan meet is in July.
You're right. Whoa, I'm tired, y'all. Whoa.
Yeah, so and that would be for Heart Killers. And then we might go to the Boss Noel one if they do come to New York, which they haven't announced exactly where in the US they're going yet.
Yeah, if they do come to New York, because I will be a mess for Boss. I don't know.
Yeah, I would go to both. I mean, if Boss toots his ass a little bit, okay, you know what? Hey, if you caked, you caked.
I'm gonna
That's
have
all I'm gonna say.
my little peepayu moment with him.
Oh,
I'll be like, love in the air was everything. You killed that.
yeah, and then he gonna put his ass in the air.
Ooh.
Anywho, speaking of Gemini 4th, and we got to go into a little bit. Let's go ahead and go into the BL vault and let's pull out an iconic Gemini 4th moment that we can bring back into the atmosphere. And I think the one we're thinking about
was the one from like the BTS scene of Gemini 4th like kissing during My School President days.
And it was Gemini's first kiss?
I think, yeah.
With 4th? Not first kiss in life, but first kiss with 4th.
I don't know. It might have been his first kiss, which doesn't make sense, but
oh, his first kiss in life.
Yeah, they made it seem
like that could make sense. I mean, they were like what, maybe 18 at the time?
I think maybe they had a fake kiss during Moonlight Chicken. It was like a fake out kiss.
Ooh.
If I'm remembering correctly. So maybe this was their first kiss.
So, y'all, before we got on here to record, we were trying to figure out if
which show came out first.
Which show was recorded first. Well, first we were trying to figure out which show premiered first. And of course, My School President was first, and then Moonlight Chicken was just after that. But then we're trying to figure out which show was filmed first, and it looks like Moonlight Chicken filmed first.
Yeah, correct.
And then was My School President. So,
but yeah,
we don't know which one was the first
time
kiss
in My School President.
Right.
And so, yeah, I remember that behind the scene that Gemini was like so awkward and like 4th was like, let me just kiss, like let me just like purse your lips. And I was like, oh my God.
So that was clearly not
so
4th's
awkward.
first kiss, but might have been Gemini's first.
Yeah, it's Gemini's first for sure.
Wow.
I mean, how would you feel if your first kiss was on camera, Kevin? Your first kiss ever with anyone was on a set of a show.
Well, more than likely that would have been a reality show.
Ooh. And
more than likely, I don't know how I'd feel because that first kiss I had was very awkward to begin with.
Imagine that was recorded for everyone to see. No, tell the audience here quickly. Tell the audience.
I'll tell you quickly. So it was I was freshly 25 at the time.
Ooh.
So I was a little late.
First kiss at 25.
Yes, because I didn't like a lot of people. I didn't like a lot of people from the time I was 17 up until, well, I kind of still don't like a lot of people today.
Oh,
but
very that.
From the time I was 17 up until now, I became more of a no nonsense person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't really date anybody. And also I was more like into purity and all of that.
Not that.
But in 2011, I was in Korea and I was hanging out with a lot of people from France,
Oui,
most of them
oui.
straight.
Oui, oui.
There were, and for whatever reason, in Korea, there were a lot of French people around me at the time. And it was the
Alright.
most French people that I've ever seen in my life to this date.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to a bar in Itaewon that had a lot of Americans there. And most of them, I think, were from the army base close by.
So it was with an American?
No, it was with a French guy, a French straight guy who kissed me on the dance floor.
Oh.
Because apparently French guys kiss each other randomly when they're a
So it was
little
a
bit
straight
drunk.
man.
Yes.
No.
Yes. And it was
This is
really
such a BL
weird.
moment, though.
And that's why everything about it was so strange, because I was like, I was not expecting to be kissed on the dance floor
Stole your first kiss.
in Korea
You stole
by
it.
a straight man that is French.
Right? God forbid it could have been with a Korean while you're in Korea. Come on.
And that part was not going to happen because all the Koreans I were with were also straight, with the exception of one. So,
Hey.
yeah, so it was a little... And the one that was not straight already had a boyfriend.
Mm-mm.
So, and they're still together to this day as well. So it just was not going to happen with the Korean at that time. Now, have I had many kisses after that? Oh, plenty.
Ew. Well, that's not what the question was.
Right. So
Okay, that's cute. Look at
yes.
you.
Yeah, that was a very strange moment. But that would have been great reality TV.
That would have been great BL too. You're like in Korea, you're trying to have
And it wasn't even...
you're trying to have your KBL moment, and then it gets
Right.
swiped by a French straight French man. Yeah.
Yeah, who I was friends with at the
Mhm.
time, right? And I mean, we've lost touch, so it's not as if it was anything bad that happened. But once I left Korea, many of the French people that I was hanging out with then, I had lost touch with. You know,
gotta reconnect. Maybe he's still single. Maybe that kiss changed something in him.
I'm pretty sure he's very straight. So there was just no. Even at the time, he had a girlfriend. So there were a lot of things that made that weird.
Okay.
So and plus he was not my type. So there were just many things.
Oh well.
Anywho, that is it for this episode of RyCanTopMyKnee. We put the knee in GeminiFourth.
What the? In your milk. Well, I hope the Rye in your life Gemini's your fourth, y'all.
Yes, okay.
Gemini's your fourth. I can't. Gemini's your milk. Okay,
Bye,
goodbye, y'all.